I'm in it for the rush. Levels up, not many like us. Cool with it, leaving ops in the dust. See me on the grind, on the rise coming up. Pushing through, blood rushing through my veins. Repetition separated me from the lanes. Now I'm here, speeding down my own lane. Destination on top of the game.
Go hard, go hard.
I'm fired up, I'm a boss, I'm in charge. I'm fired up, I'm a boss, I'm in charge.
Don't stop. Don't stop.
I'm charged up, this the passing of the guard. I'm charged up, this the passing of the guard. Push, 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 push. I'm pushing through. Push, 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 push. Got nothing to lose. Push, 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 push. I'm pushing through. Push, push, push. Got nothing to lose. Unstoppable, can't stop me. Gotta get it in my head, gotta let it show. Gotta turn up the heat, different type of glow. Like the dynamite up, we about to blow. Can't simmer down now, can't fall behind. Push it to the limit, it's our time to grind. Don't fall in line, nah, we don't fall in line. Push it to the limit, I'm solidified.
Go hard. Go hard.
I'm fired up, I'm a boss, I'm in charge. I'm fired up, I'm a boss, I'm in charge.
Don't stop. Don't stop.
I'm charged up, this the passing of the guard. I'm charged up, this the passing of the guard. Push, 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 push. I'm pushing through. Push.
Well, Riyadh here in Saudi Arabia is one lucky capital city getting to host the FIFA finals featuring eFootball. We've just completed our quarter-finals on the console side of things. We started today with 8 nations and we are now down to our final 4 guys semi-final time as Alex joins us on the studio with Chris and myself ready to tackle exactly what's in store for these 4 teams. It is now or never to get yourself a spot in tomorrow's grand final. Wow, Alex, welcome back from the absolute stint-on commentary there. Well done, my man. And I'm going to say congratulations, Spain. Well done. We're not going to dwell on them too much because I know, that's your nation and all. But
no, thank you so much, Rachel. Mostly happy because on paper the favorites are into the semi-final and the upcoming matches will be dramatic. So those 3 games to watch between those 4 nations will be sensational for the spectators, for us, and for everyone who loves football. So let's see what happens in the semi-finals.
I've got to ask you, as a man from Spain, how are Spain going to dispatch Brazil? What do they have to do?
Well, I think this matchup is really favorable for Spain because they came from facing Portugal with the same formation. That was a mirror formation that didn't let them play their game style. Brazil gives you the ball, gives you the control of the match, and I think where Spain could be a little bit more comfortable in front, but Joao Victor Guifera, these 2, ladies and gentlemen, potential champions. They already won a world championship in the Guifera Stadium co-op, and they look for bring the glory to the Canarinha.
We can hear Brazil behind us just getting fired up, but Spain need to up their level. They said they're only operating at 50% in those quarterfinals. Let's see what they can do. They're moving on to Turkey, Indonesia. Turkey topped their group. They had to do it the hard way, though, didn't they, in game 1, going through that penalty shootout?
Yeah, Turkey have, I want to say, slowly just been working away this tournament. It feels like, I don't want to say we haven't concentrated on them, but it also almost feels like they've gone under the radar a little bit. They still finished first in their group, but it was like, oh, well, okay, well, they finished, they did okay. Consistent work, but they have just slowly been going about their work, and they look like a scary team, but there are not many more scary teams than Indonesia on the other side of things as well.
Yeah, Turkey, Indonesia, what are you making of this one, Alex? Massive matchup again.
I mean, it's a lovely match to watch because these 2 countries go for attack to be the faster than the other. Indonesia is coming in a really good shape. I don't know how it's mentally. Again, we see Elga as started in the next match, so they will keep in the same roster in the game 3 because remembering they started with Paudi joining Faidan. We'll see. Everything is possible. Indonesia had the chance to switch players in between games. Turkey straight with Mucha hate and Arda Golazo, what are two players to comment about? I mean, it will be really tough battle. It's impossible to predict what's going to happen in both of the semi-finals.
Indonesia obviously took it all the way to 3 matches. Does that affect them at all? The fact they had to play an extra fixture?
I think, it's a little bit more of a mentally tiring thing, but at the same time, I want to say they were comfortable in their wins. They will take that momentum from that game as well. I think they'll be feeling still good about it. They've had 10 minutes to reset.
And Turkey on the other side, they've done a penalty shootout. If it comes down to that, they can back themselves, they can do it again, Alex.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. I think we will see the best version of Turkey right now into the semi-final. But I bet the same for Indonesia, Spain and Brazil. It's now or never the time to shine, and all the players know that.
Okay, I'm going to ask you about Brazil-Spain, not that man. I know where he's going. Brazil-Spain.
I'm going to go Brazil. Spain didn't necessarily convince me too much in that last game. Brazil looked very, very good.
Alex, Indonesia, Turkey.
Indonesia.
Okay, we've got Brazil and Indonesia up here on the desk. Let's not say that too loudly in case it puts off any of our semi-finalists down there. Well, this is massive. 2 epic semi-finals coming your way for a spot in tomorrow's grand final. A chance to be crowned the world champion. I cannot wait for this one. Only 2 can go through. Let's go down to Harry and Wes, who have the honour of calling it.
Well, thank you, Rachel. And the desk breaking it down and setting us up as always. We are underway already in semi-final number 1. It is Spain taking on Brazil. And we started with 18 nations here, but even previously, Wes, we had thousands, near millions try and qualify and represent their country and get this opportunity. Now we're down to the final 4 nations.
Yeah, now is the business end of this tournament as we see 2 absolute Goliaths go head-to-head in both of the console semi-finals. It is going to be an absolute pleasure to call them with you, my friend.
Absolutely, they're being played at the same time. Brazil, though, looking to start things off really quickly here against Spain. We have, of course, the other semi-final played concurrently, so we'll be switching between the 2 and keeping you updated. But for now, it's Brazil on the hunt in the opening 10.
There's that man, Joe Linton again. He's on the prowl. He's making that advancing run from midfield. He used to be a striker, I'm sure Chris will tell you, but he plays his trade in midfield now.
Well, do not blink in this matchup, as it's quite fitting, really. Our 2 semi-finals are the first from Group A in Spain and the second from Group B in Brazil. And then the other side, well, Group B's first in Turkey and then Indonesia, who were runners-up in Group A. It's just fitting. It just shows that the proof is in the pudding in the group stages.
Yeah, it certainly is as we see this ball coming in, but these teams will be battling it out as hard as they can to get through to tomorrow's final.
That's a really big hand there from the goalkeeper. We're going to see so many different game plans, it feels like, between the 2 nations. Even within their own game plans, we'll see things switched up. But Morata seems to be a focal point. Here he is on the ball here for Spain. As Mestre and the Palma look to open the scoring here. Enrique headers away.
Yeah, you see Spain just trying to apply early pressure to Brazil, just trying to maybe test their defence. We all know about Brazil's attack, but what about their rear guard? Is it any good?
Oh, Morata, can he control this? It's bouncing everywhere, and really that's one of the first pieces of pressure here in the semi-finals that Brazil have had to deal with. Signs of life, really, in this semi-final. The last thing we want is a cagey affair. We're going to see Brazil and Spain really go for the jugular here against each other at every single opportunity. Vega beats his man nicely far side. Where's the cross, though? Only off the first man, and it'll be a Brazilian corner.
Yeah, you can see again Brazil just trying to again, maybe test Spain going back the other way. There is set piece here for Neymar to take. Brazil will have to delve into that playbook.
Corner punched away by the goalkeeper. Gabriel cannot get past the Red Fury, as Spain are affectionately known back in the Iberian Peninsula. Of course, dispatched Portugal, their neighbours, in the previous round, the quarter-finals, in some controversial circumstances, but it was a long one. It was a marathon but the most important thing for them is they've survived and lived to tell the tale. Perez, really nice footwork, super cancels everywhere, but Brazil nicked the ball away. Nice switch of the play there. Joe Linton for the Canary Yellow. I think what's going to be important for Spain is really don't let Rivera and Jean-Victor cook, because you will see them cook at some point in this semi-final.
Yeah, they are expert chefs in the kitchen, to carry on the analogy. And again, you don't want to let them go. They are known as the dribblers. You don't want to let them have any space or time.
Oh, look at that. And cross along the floor. You see the purple power bar. Here it is again. It always spells trouble if you don't deal with it. And they've earned themselves a corner with this stunning cross cleared away into a stunning half-quarter volley.
Yeah, you can just spy your heart rates at the corner of the screens. 150 and 145 respectively between the two teams. It is a pressure situation. There's national pride on the line, and these boys are feeling it on the sticks.
Neymar Jr. standing over this near side corner. So attritional. We're going to see this quite a lot across semi-finals 1 and 2. Here is the resulting corner. In swinger. Oh, tearing everywhere here. Back to Vega. Nice double touch. Looking for that left-footed strike. Brazil will recycle this possession. It's been a good spell for them. Nice cross as well. Crossfield ball switches the play. Vanderson over to Vega. Twisting, turning. Is there an end product at all of this though? Has Joe Linton for company if he can get to that supporting man. Cross comes into Richarlison. Spain, I'm not surprised by that clear of the play. Spain were under siege, as I said, for a fair amount there by Brazil. And it was interesting going to the player lounge earlier today ahead of the semi-finals. We saw Rivera playing table tennis. He was very relaxed. He looked quite relaxed, and we're seeing that in his gameplay. We've seen it already against the Netherlands, dispatching them 2-0 in quarter-final number 1.
Yeah, it's something to be said about trying to keep yourself loose in those pressure situations. They know what is important and what is at stake here.
Spain coming forward though. Ferran Torres. Dani Olmo for company, has beaten his man but second-guessed himself, and that's just left the door open for Vanderson. Now Dani Carvajal will get there first, but wobbling everywhere. It seems like both nations aiming to avoid mistakes here as half-time approaches.
Yeah, they certainly are. Again, you just maybe at this stage, and with it being so tight, and as you said, you use that word cagey. Unfortunately, that's where we are. They're just trying to keep it tight. Just get into half-time, give yourself a breather, and then try and just calm your nerves. You can see all 4 players reaching around 135, 140 beats a minute. They are feeling it.
1 minute added on. We're about to approach the second. The referee's seen enough in semi-final 1, half 1. It is 0-0 between Spain and Brazil here. We said they looked quite relaxed, did Brazil this morning, and in their game against the Netherlands, they won their first game 2-0 in that quarter-final, but had to come back in game number 2. They trailed. I think that will be, for them, important on this day to know that in this scenario, in this setting, they are able to come back should Spain somehow find a breakthrough.
Yeah, and there's something to be said about having those scenarios. You know, if you come through an event like this and you just pancake everybody, you don't really learn too much about you as a person and what you can do in those moments of pressure. Certainly be worth its weight in gold in terms of experience.
We kicked off our second half at the FIFA World Cup featuring eFootball 2024. It is Spain, Brazil, and well, Spain putting the pressure on, attacking this left-hand goal towards Morata. That's the game plan. That's plan A so far for Spain. But Brazil always dangerous. Lovely bit of flair. Spain again just closing the door on them.
Yeah, we've seen it so many times in games that are this tight. It can just be a case of whether it's going to be a mistake or whether it's going to be a moment of brilliance. You can see Spain trying to win that midfield battle, but you see Brazil have knocked a nice through ball here to Richarlison.
Yeah, Richie on the ball, but Marino down the line. Olmo. The press so high from both nations. You see Spain here starting to build. That's really nice footwork. Spain are cooking now. Brazil will survive, and all of a sudden there's 4 yellow shirts threatening to join that attack, but it's a waste in the end. Perhaps that relaxation we were talking about from Brazil isn't quite evident in their gameplay. Really good period of play here for Spain as Morata will try and feed Ferran Torres in the box, but at the hour mark, both nations squandering their chances. This will be a really good one, but no, it's Nino who cuts that one out.
Yeah, it just seems to be a case that these 4 players, should I say, are experts in marking passing lanes. They're not allowing any real opportunity. It's going to be a moment of brilliance, you feel, that is going to break this deadlock here, but we're 60-odd minutes into the game, and there is no sign yet of an opening goal here.
That period of play really favouring the Spaniards, but now we see Brazil just seeming a little out of sync at this moment in time. And this one, well, how's your touch? Very nice indeed. I was wondering about the Turkey-Indonesia semi-final. Semi-final number 2 is yet to kick off, so our eyes are focused solely here. Joel Linton down to Vanderson. That's a lovely looking cross. Oh, forces the save. That is probably the best chance yet for Brazil. And it will be a corner.
It was a save that had to be made. I mean, you just look at the knockdown the right-hand side there by Joel Linton. It's a beautifully carved ball into the box, and he was fingertips over the bar. But it's the first real sign of a pretty good opportunity for either one of these teams that I can think of in this game.
Yeah, perhaps a bit of a breather now for Spain. And Alex on the desk said, well, this matchup could be favourable for the Palma and Mestre. There's a mirror formation between Portugal, who they just kind of dispossessed in the previous round, to the Brazil they face here.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, I've seen this throughout the tournament so far with Brazil. They really do favour this 5-2-1-2 formation, which normally when you talk about tactics, you normally see 4-3-3 is the kind of the weapon of choice for a lot of players. But they're erring on that 5 at the back formation. It's an interesting ploy.
Well, there's a pause in our first semi-final. That second semi-final, as I said, yet to kick off, has now kicked off. Turkey against Indonesia, 2 of the most passionate countries I think I've seen, at least on social media anyway. Seeing them cheer on their nations, it's great to see. We'll see, it will be a battle for supremacy in semi-final too, but here comes that corner following one of the best chances in semi-final 1 that we've seen so far. Spain this time bringing no players short, so this one will be whipped into Jolinton. Oh, it's the first goal! The first goal in the semi-finals! Goes back to South America! Jay Victor and Guifera, they score first, and well, Spain, they're scratching their heads. How did that just happen?
Spain blinked first. That first header here, which you watch, they've manual goal keep, thinking that Joel Linton's going to head it on goal. Instead, they've moved their goalkeeper into the corner and left it completely open.
Wow.
And Brazil have an opener.
Good catch there, Wes, and that's just a prime example of how in sync Brazil have been all tournament long. And could it be the 1-2 punch here as Spain make the mistake? Just jockeyed out of play there, Joel Linton, but that now is the goal that this semi-final really, really needed. It was crying out for it because it was brilliant to watch how tense and nervous the game was, but now that's going to invite Spain out. We need to see a goal from Spain by the end of the 90 to force extra time. And if you're just joining us, this is knockout football. So extra time And penalties are the order of the day in every single game you'll see here today from Riyadh. Of course, if we need the best of three territory now, and it's a different beast.
It is, and that's what we said, that the kind of the real tournament begins once you get out of the group stage. It's okay facing each other on a one-off game. It's a very different matter when you're playing in this series. And just a note for you, Harry, as well. Brazil were basically the 1-0 merchants in group phase football. People didn't expect that. They thought they'd come out all guns blazing, but they were the experts in holding on to a 1-0 lead.
We did question Brazil on the desk in terms of what their form was like coming out of group play. They had a bit of a purple patch towards the end of group play, relinquished their lead in Group B, ended up runners-up to Turkey, but well, less than 10 in-game to go between Brazil and Spain. While the pause comes in, we can see what's happening. Turkey, Indonesia. I mean, both semi-finals, just absolutely mammoth occasions. Here we go then, Turkish throw. And well, Turkey, we've seen this before. Their intricate play in the box rewards them time and time again. And it's 1-0 against the pre-tournament favourites. Mujahid and Arda Galazo versus the world.
Yeah, again, it just comes from what has been Indonesia's greatest weapon during this tournament, a long throw, but it is always a lesson. You stay alert and you stay switched on until the ball goes dead. Just about kept in here on the byline, sweetly back into the area of danger, and is swept home by Turkey. Wonderful finish for them, and they go a goal ahead.
Chris on the desk rightly said they've been going about their work. They're a scary team on their day. And now Turkey take the lead in semi-final 2. As for Brazil-Spain, there is still time on the clock for the Red Fury to chase that equaliser. But here comes that experience we were talking about. Ferreira, two-time world champion, 2 different disciplines. João Victor, more of an up-and-comer, but so promising. They're working together here, and something tells me this call to try and kill some clock is coming from the 2-time world champion. Spain finally clear now. Oyarzabal will take a look. There has been another goal in this semi-final, and it looks like it's an equaliser. Indonesia find their goal. And we're tied up in semi-final 2. And into the 90th minute, Brazil break the lines. And well, Rodri has been everywhere for Spain this tournament, and could have just made a vital tackle as we enter now stoppage time. Brazil, they win the ball back and clear it as high and as wide as they possibly can. And game 1 is in the books. It's Brazil taking the series lead. Spain now on the ropes in that semi-final.
Yeah, it's a big victory for Brazil to get the first one on the board for you in a best of 3. It's brilliant because it puts the pressure on your opponent. And Spain, as Chris said, he said they kind of flattered to deceive a little bit. It now puts them under that pressure.
Well, there has been another goal between Turkey and Indonesia. Yilmaz slides it past the goalkeeper. And these are live pictures you are seeing now. We saw with Ferreira there, of Brazil, just having his glasses cleaned by the coach. I wonder whether or not his eyesight may be impaired in that one. Doesn't matter to the result. Brazil take the series advantage there, are now on series points in semi-final 1. Indonesia, though, pre-tournament favourites. Of course, will be known around the e-football world as one of the strongest nations on both platforms. Trail to Turkey. It's 5 minutes separate us and half-time here in semi-final 2. out clears. And Turkey, we heard from Mucha here, they're one of the best teams at analysing. We heard him speaking with veracity as they threatened to come forward, saying, we've studied Indonesia. We predicted this would be our semi-final matchup. And they've studied the weapons. They've analysed the Indonesian team. And well, as half-time's approaching, it's the Crescent Stars now with the ball. Yilmaz with the controlled strike, tries to go across the goalkeeper. And I think action here in the first half. And it will be Turkey 2, Indonesia 1.
Yeah, something to be said about the way that Turkey are attacking. They are attacking when those chances come in terms of when the ball is played to the player. They're not taking a moment's notice to shoot. And that's where that second goal comes from. It's Yilmaz running through on goal and doesn't allow the goalkeeper to set with the manual goalkeeping. Take the shot that early, Indonesia couldn't prep for it. And you say that about prep work, there's a lot of game film on Indonesia. They are Asian Cup reigning champions.
They'll be hoping to do the double this year here in Riyadh. Second half underway. Turkey in the all-red strip attacking the left-hand goal. It's Indonesia coming the other way. On the ball now, Sonata. Capaldi and Faidan do. They're dispossessed by what has been kind of a trademark of Turkey this entire tournament. Mujahid, former best defender in the eFootball Pro League. Their defence has been so difficult to break down.
He's always been a tricky customer, Mujahid, to break down, but the Corp saying a little bit more tricky.
Yilmaz! Their offense isn't half bad either. From stout defending to fluid football up front, Yilmaz makes it 2, makes it 3-1 now.
It does make it 3-1, and it goes again. I'm talking about this snapshot shooting, this first time shooting. It's again Yilmaz, doesn't allow anybody to get set, and it's the quickness of that ball movement from Turkey. They are 3 goals to 1 ahead. What a brilliant performance to start off this best of 3.
That is such a big goal for Turkey. They now have that 2-goal cushion leading Indonesia. 3 goals to 1. We're underway. Semi-final 1 with Brazil on series point over Spain. The Palma Mestre under some serious pressure to perform here. Richarlison, Vega forces that save.
You see Brazil trying to get themselves set off early and try and be decisive in game 2. They don't want a game 3. They want to get this one closed down as quickly as possible as Neymar lines up a corner.
What towards Gabriel at that front post. It's a difficult angle, but I don't think anyone else got a touch on this one. It's interesting. Guifera on Instagram earlier today shared a post by Ayrton Senna, and I translated it. It said, always do something with a lot of love and with a lot of faith in God. One day you'll get there. Of course, alluding to his aspirations of lifting the trophy tomorrow. So far, they have 1 foot in the final. And I can tell you there's been a goal in our other semi-final. What does Spain have in response first, though? It's not clicking for them so far here. Richarlison bringing the ball forward for Brazil. Here is that goal. It's going to come the way of Indonesia. 3-2 now.
Yeah, you can see there, it's just the drag back there. It's Sanante, just pokes it. Again, it's the almost impossible ball played over the top, and it fell right into the path of Sanante. Didn't have to break stride. It's a brilliant finish, and it is very much game on between Turkey and Indonesia.
Oh, one of the best dribblers in the game, Neymar Jr. And he sent Vanderson on his way here. Give a player like Jean-Victor a weapon like Neymar Jr. I mean, it's no surprise Brazil are doing as well as they have been so far here. Vega, 15 minutes gone. just hit Sterlington's head there. Wasn't aware of it.
Yeah, it didn't quite register the flick on. It wasn't quite what Brazil were looking for, but it's come back the other way now for Spain.
Morata tries to head it down. I wonder from Spain, where's the plan B going to come from, and most importantly, what is the plan B? Because the long balls to Morata have been sniffed out time and time again by the Brazilian defence. Richarlison along the ground will only find Alex Ramiro in the Spanish goal.
I've got one idea for them. There's a super sub named Hostelu they could bring on. Granted, it isn't the most pretty football that Spain would play if they do decide to go direct. They're known for tiki-taka, but certainly is a weapon on the bench that they can bring off and use and just try and maybe unseat that centre-back pairing that Brazil have got in this team.
25 minutes gone. Here in game 2, still 0-0, but for those who have been with us for around the last hour, a couple of hours, will know the marathon that Spain had to go through in their quarter-final, in their journey to this point. Maybe one of the longest series of eFootball I've seen versus Portugal. That Iberian derby would have taken the concentration out of Miguel Mestre and the Palmer here, but Red Fury trying to combine. To defend now, though, it's getting a bit scrappy here. Half an hour gone.
Yeah, when you talk about Mestre, he almost had that aura this morning when we saw him, that it looks as though his team are just looking to try and make that statement of intent and take this title, but they've got to make their way through Brazil, and they're a game down already here. They're going to have to summon some superhuman strength here.
Yeah, it seems like both nations just hesitant to take that extra split second, make sure their input, the direction in which they formulate the attack, have that foresight. It just isn't there right now. And it's similar to what we saw in the first leg, the first game. Where neither team really able to fashion a chance in which they can capitalise upon. It's fascinating. It really is. The stories behind both nations. We spoke about Brazil. And I can tell you there has been a 6th goal in the other semi-final. Stay with us as Spain look to try and threaten that canary yellow defence, and here is that goal. And it looks to me, Wes, as if we've got ourselves some drama.
We do indeed. That is a wonderful ball from Indonesia. They have now made it 3-3 against Turkey. We'll see it again here. Again, it's the patience on that right-hand side. That's a wonderful ball. I don't think anybody except the two on the stick saw that. I don't even think the viewing audience saw that.
Absolutely love the fact we get to jump in and follow the rest of this game 1. 6-goal thriller by two of the freest scoring nations here at the FIFA E World Cup 2024. While that pause is happening, let's see how the players are reacting after Brazil and Spain play out a 0-0 draw after the first 45.
I mean, both of these semi-finals are showcasing eFootball at its finest. But you have high-level gameplay for many different reasons. In terms of Spain versus Brazil, it's trying to unlock each other's defences, and there's that real game of virtual chess, as it would be. And certainly look over to the other semi-final from Turkey and Indonesia, and that is just a showcase of attacking football, counter-attacking, patience, knowing when to play a pass, knowing when to strike, and knowing how to unseat your opposition. We've got 20 in-game minutes left here of game 1.
So here we go then. Turkey at 3, Indonesia 3. Yildiz to Yilmaz. And we saw pictures of Spain there at half-time speaking to their psychology coach. He's a great man to have in your corner. Pal 24, of course, previous world champion in 2012. That was a long time ago, Wes, but beat Ron Streakel 6-5 in that final. So he's a man that knows how to navigate the twists and turns of competition. 12 years ago. For now, Turkey and Indonesia are butting heads. And This is about as explosive as I thought it would be between these two. And look at this from Turkey, the pressure they put on with the big bodies up front. And the pressing is amazing. There's red shirts waiting for it. Manual save to Indonesia's rescue.
They were ready for that first-time shot, Indonesia. They got themselves set very early. And it was only for a manual save. Did that not end up as Turkey bagging their 4th goal of the game?
Well, the intricate play between these two Indonesians has been a beauty to watch so far. The last 3 days, as has the high pressing from Turkey. They win the ball back now. Like a pendulum, it swings back and forth. Indonesia, a goal now from either nation, surely you think. Oh, Wes, has this been given as a penalty, do you think? No way, it's gone the other way. I did just wait for a minute. A goal from either nation. I mean, we're into the final 5. Surely it would be a decisive winner, you'd imagine.
Yeah, it would be a decisive blow at this point, and you wouldn't want to see a game of this quality be decided on a relatively soft referee call. So it was good to see that potential penalty shout go back the other way.
Just had my heart in my throat there for a second. I saw the smiles of Indonesia, but now I know they were dry smiles of Ferdinand and Pouty. What a great week it's been so far in Riyadh. Indonesia into the Turkey box. And while it seems like Indonesian pressure is coming thick and fast, I think they respect, and actually that's a mistake, and gifts the ball to Turkey. And now, Mujahir Ardagalazo, we're into stoppage time. What can you do with this gift? It's into the box. Where's the control? It lets them down. And Indonesia press the panic button and clear that one away. It's now a foot race after that block. Will there be one last attack here? I doubt it. The referee's not been very generous so far, but I say that the Crescent Stars threaten most, but we're headed into extra time. Indonesia 3, Turkey 3. Wow.
Yeah, it's been a big game and a big moment because, again, Indonesia, if my memory serves me correctly, were 3-1 down at one stage to Turkey. You can see they have got the Indonesia supporters group here in Saudi Arabia. They are cheering on their compatriots in the semi-final as they look to prep for extra time. But we're back with Brazil versus Spain.
Don't worry, we will check back in with the Garuda Warriors as soon as they resume. You can see how attritional it's been in this match between Brazil and Spain. Still 0-0 after 75 minutes. It took a long time, if I remember correctly, to separate them in game number 1, which Brazil took.
Yeah, and that's it. It's the case of you've got to stay switched on. You've got to stay switched on right up until the last minute. Until that whistle goes, it is still possible to win a game of eFootball. You just have to make it work.
Turkey, Indonesia has kicked off, and extra time starting with a bang. Mujahir and Ardagalazo have been absolutely fearless all week long. And they will hope their story continues. And what a story it would be as well if they were to upset the favourites here. Now, Indonesia came back from a 3-1 deficit. Is there anything left in the tank in game 1?
You're going to have to find something because this game is not over. Turkey coming down the left.
Look out for Yilmaz. That's a vital interception. Yilmaz was waiting. 5 to go until the first period of extra time is in the books. Still Turkey 3, Indonesia 3. This is only game 1 between these two. Yildiz to Yilmaz. Who can he find? leads! Turkey lead again! 4-3! And the build-up, well, it was deserving of a goal, and they got that! 4-3 now.
Yeah, that is a beautiful goal from Turkey. It was good play down that right-hand side. You'll see it again here. The ball bobbles kindly to them. They get it down the right-hand side. And again, they find the quick pass into that man, Yilmaz. But he finds a beautiful ball across the box. Finds his teammate inside 6 yards. And that is a brilliant goal.
Well, we reached semi-final number 1. Brazil-Spain still locked at 0. Brazil took game 1.
You can see that this game is just ticking along nicely. It's probably going to end up in extra time, maybe, or Brazil might be able to shut my mouth right now.
That's a big mistake. Ferreira and Jay Victor can capitalise, but, well, it's a gift in the end. Dwelled on the ball, Morata trying to sneak around the back. Joe Linton wins the header. Now, there's a man on the far side, that's Vanderson. Can he pick out a yellow shirt? Double touch, beats the first. Can't find a teammate in the box. And the last attack will go Brazil's way. They need to go forward with it though. Arthur, double touch. Vanderson. Nacho with a smart block, and we will be headed into extra time in game 2 between Spain and Brazil. We're already there. Here in Turkey, Indonesia.
The margins are so fine at this level of e-football. It's not like I'm playing against you on my couch, Harry. I'm playing here in the semi-final of the FIFA E World Cup. It is a lot different. As I said earlier on in the broadcast, we are not in Kansas anymore. You are in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and you are here in what I can feel as just a cauldron of pressure and tension.
Well, let's not theorycraft too much about how that game would go between you and I, Wes.
Most definitely not.
As I said, the Garuda Warriors supporters here in Riyadh. It's great to have them in the building. Their team will have to pull something out the bag. As for Brazil-Spain, well, they are underway now in extra time. Here we go. 0-0 after 90. Extra time and penalties await. If, of course, we need them. Here's Lamine Yamal, one of the most talented youngsters in the world. On the ball here again. Who can he pick out here? Nothing doing for Spain so far. Their chances have come few and far between across both games 1 and 2. Called him out, didn't you, as a super sub, Wes? He's now into the game.
Yeah, he is. And speaking to Mestre and to the Palma, they said if we maybe feel like we're struggling to score, Hostelou gets deployed. So you can kind of take a little bit of an insight into their mentality here.
Well, second period, extra time has kicked off! It's an 8-goal thriller. And Indonesia are back on level terms. Pauli and Faidan giving the fans something to cheer. That is a wonderful goal.
To coin a famous phrase, I love this game for what it delivers in terms of drama, in terms of excitement. You can see that Indonesia strike back straight from kickoff and have just got themselves back into contention in this game. Turkey thought we get a goal early in extra time in the first half, then that might see off Indonesia, but boy, Indonesia have told them to just hold the party for getting into the final, and they've said, we're still here, we're still fighting.
Amazing work from Binong boys, you might know him as Rizky Faidan and Akbar Pauli. Just like that, the first period of extra time between Spain and Brazil in semi-final 1, game 2 has played out. Still goalless here. Well, there's jubilation left and right for both Turkey and Indonesia as that one swings back and forth. It's way more nervy on this side of the room.
So these could be one mistake, could cost your nation dearly. For Brazil, they are on the hill. They just need this game, and they would have their ticket stamped into the final. For Spain, it is now or never.
15-minute period here in extra time. We've chewed through 5 of those minutes already. Rafinha. And you have to think, Brazil, what's in their mind right now? If they get a goal, they'll be into the final, crossed in, punched away by the keeper. Rafinha puts his body on the line. Arthur. Back to Rafinha, he's back on his feet now. And this will be a canary yellow corner. And more pressure for Spain. Don't forget, this is the exact scenario in which Spain conceded in game 1, the only goal in game 1. Rafinha towards Roni, headed down. This time cleared away, but only as far as Artur. Dani Carvajal will salvage the corner and instead overturn it. Over to a throw in here near side.
Yeah, you can tell. It's
Look at
just
the
the
heartbeat.
tension. Yeah, it's the heartbeats, exactly. I was just about to point to it. You can tell the tension. Look at Jay Victor's heart rate, 156 beats a minute.
Don't blame him.
Don't blame him in this scenario, absolutely not.
Oh, headed down into the box. Ronnie's there. Are Brazil going to make the final right here, right now? The Spanish defence denies them the celebrations. And is there a counter-attack? Too sloppy. But at least the referee will spare their blushes a little bit as Brazil look to gallop forward there. We'll keep one eye on that and one eye here. Turkey 4, Indonesia 4. Headed to pens as things stand in game 1.
We may have a very nice issue here, Harry, is that both of these semi-final games could potentially go to a penalty shootout at the exact same time.
Can we watch them both, please?
Can we please get it picture-in-picture, anyone? No, absolutely, this is why we love it.
Here we go. Turkey clear the ball. And we'll see how much time is added on here in the second period of added time. Turkey, well, there's a man over, it's Yildiz, but look at that. Indonesia, they combine and clear the ball out. And it will be headed to a penalty shootout in game 1. Over here, semi-final 1, game 2. Brazil-Spain is heading there as well. Wow.
Oh, I would like to say, Harry, I can't watch, but I absolutely can. The tension isn't on me, it's on these guys. All 4 of these teams are now going to have to show their mettle in a penalty shootout when the pressure is at its highest.
Wow, wow, wow. The absolute drama that has led us here. Don't blink, folks, we'll be in for quite the heart rate risers here. It will be Turkey to kick first. Oh, and it's wide! Turkey missed the first pen. Let's see what Pedro can do for Brazil. Oh, wide as well, same side!
What a drama, what a drama.
I think I'm seeing double here. Indonesia, tuck that one home top right. España, saved! So advantage Indonesia here after the first round of spot kicks. It's Yilmaz. Oh no! Oh no, not the time nor the place. That one's saved. Rafinha, also saved! Chance now for Indonesia to go 2 up in the shootout. Beautiful penalty, and I'm seeing double Wes.
It's straight down the middle. Sometimes you have to do that. But you've played that card now in a penalty shootout. You can't really afford to do it again.
Turkey almost in must-score territory here. Yildiz, oh, missed, and Brazil score to tie it up.
This is chaos for us, Harry. This is brilliant.
So game 1 point in the Indonesia-Turkey shootout. For now, let's see this Spanish penalty. That's 2-1 now with the advantage to Spain. If Indonesia score, they will be the winners of game 1. And it's saved! No celebrations just yet. Joe Linton with his long run up saved by the goalkeeper.
Spain are on game point.
Game point for Spain. They need that, and Turkey convert theirs. Now, if Fabian Ruiz can score with his left, we'll be headed to game 3, and we are. Game 3 between Spain and Brazil. Now, can Indonesia go on to series point? They can. They convert that penalty. And the show must go on. The Garuda Warriors taking advantage of a penalty shootout in semi-final 2, game 1. And well, the Red Fury come through in the clutch in a penalty shootout in game 2. We're going to game 3.
I can't wait. Spain and Indonesia both saying it's not over until we say it's over. They showed their mettle in penalty shootouts because Indonesia are actually a game behind in terms of series between Spain and Brazil. So in terms of what you're seeing between Turkey and Indonesia, that is just 1 game to 0 for Indonesia. Meanwhile, for Spain and Brazil, you've got 90 virtual minutes, potentially 30 virtual minutes of extra time, and another penalty shootout between you and the grand final here at the FIFA World Cup. What a game we have in store.
Let me tell you, that is a first for me, seeing 2 penalty shootouts happen concurrently.
Glorious.
Amazing stuff here in Riyadh. The FIFA E World Cup 2024 featuring eFootball console tournament has not disappointed. What will be going through the heads of Rivera and João Victor of Brazil, having lost that penalty shootout after going 1-up in the series, now into a sudden death game 3 scenario.
I think with Brazil, they had it in their hands. They had an opportunity. Yes, it was a penalty shootout, but they had it in their hands, and it got taken away from them. But the good news for both themselves and their countrymen and women is that they still have another game. It is still within their grasp, but equally, Spain now have a little bit of momentum. They have that confidence boost of taking a penalty shootout, and as such, they go into game 3 full of energy and full of confidence.
That beautiful tension back in the room now. Everyone knows where they stand. We've seen it time and time again from this Indonesian team. The coach, the squad, all huddle round and say a prayer. They are all on the same page. They have the team spirit that make them formidable opponents. For Turkey, that one will be a blow. I mean, they were 3-1 up, ended 4-4 and lost in the shootouts.
It's that fighting spirit they have. I saw it in the E-Asian Cup. They have it in spades. They have that togetherness. They have that, one brain approach that we talk about. And for these guys, that's what they need to put forward.
Yeah, we just saw the Red Fury. Well done to them. The adversity they faced here today in the knockout stages cannot be understated. We'll check in with them again, but for now, it is game 2 between Turkey and Indonesia after the drama that was game number 1.
Yeah, we have 4 of the biggest eFootball fandoms in the semi-finals, and they're making their presence known.
Indonesia starting this one off really strongly. And the goalkeeper's intervention was not enough. The smile on the face of Rizky Fidan. The Turkey defence that has been impenetrable at moments has been undone in the opening 5 minutes.
Yeah, the key bit is that you'll see here Indonesia playing with a smile on their face. They're trying to maybe exude that confidence and exude that good feeling to just take away from the pressure they are under. But it's a good ball into the box, and again it was one touch back the other way, and then it was a first time strike again. Goalkeeper fumbled, Turkey will be furious. Indonesia will be delighted.
Well, they've just come off a penalty shootout win, and they're already into an advantageous position in game number 2. Indonesia, might I remind you all, on match point here against Turkey. And I can tell you in semi-final 1, that's now underway, and there has been a goal. Early goals in both of our semi-finals. Indonesia threatening here again though. There's a stunning strike. Where's the rebound going? Only up the pitch, say Turkey. Let's take a look at that goal from semi-final 1. This is game 3, might I remind you all. And oh my word! Might be goal of the tournament.
It's left me speechless. What a hit from Brazil.
Looking for a double at their advantage here. Turkey blocking and Turkey away, and Turkey counter. Just hearing in our ears that goal we just saw, disallowed. It was offside. So still 0-0. What a hit though.
Wouldn't want to be the linesman that disallowed that one.
So Indonesia 1, Turkey 0. Yilmaz heading it down here. They cannot muscle their way through. It seems like that's been the tactic for Turkey. Let's use the strength of our in-game players and the height we have at our disposal. Let's muscle our way through midfield. It's industrious, but Indonesia in game 2 have been fantastic. Kambuya. Oh, that's lovely! Phenomenal! Indonesia are favourites! Overcame adversity in game 1. They've now got 1 foot in the final!
That is ingenious, and it comes to that hive mind that Indonesia seem to possess. They know exactly where their teammates are. What a beautiful back heel. Absolutely left open is Sananta. He finds the back of the net, and Indonesia have put Turkey in real trouble.
It looks so good for Turkey coming into today after the group stages. Finishing first in Group B, 17 points. And they won against Malaysia 2-0 in their quarter-final, but they are down, and down bad in semi-final 2 against Indonesia. Here's semi-final 1, and there's been another goal in semi-final 2. We'll come to that soon, but Spain, Brazil. This is game 3. This is game 3 territory, folks. Half an hour gone, and it's as cagey as games 1 and 2. Here is that goal. And I said Indonesia 1 foot in the final. We might be adding another foot here soon. 3-0.
Yeah, it's brilliant play from them again. Just finding their big man in the centre. Manages to head it home. And they are really in the driver's seat here.
Heartbreak for Turkey. It will take a mammoth effort to bring themselves back in game 2.
Yeah, it will. That would need a Herculean effort to get themselves back into it from 3-0 down, Turkey. It is a long road back, but the only thing I would say in their favour, as it were, is that they've got a lot of time on their side.
Plenty of time then for Turkey in our other semi-final to try and flip the situation in their favour. 10 to go in this game until half-time, and well, Brazil steal the ball back. It's just between these two. It's tactical, it's attritional, it's messy at times. And I'm not talking about the Argentinian. Here's Morata against Bremer. The Brazilian defence is doing all they can to try and move the ball as far up the pitch as they can. And now, finally, with Vanderson, they can carry the ball on that far side.
They've find an out ball down the right, and Brazil looking to that man Joel Linton again. He's a real lightning rod to just hold up the ball for them.
Good patience here from Brazil, and they've been rewarded, have they? No. Offside, just mistimed in the end. Like the idea though. One eye on the ball, one eye off the ball. Why not if the opponents aren't pressing you? But it's so tense here. No one really knows which way either of our semi-finals are going to go. One is a bit more clear-cut at this moment in time than the other. But here in Game 3, if you're just joining us, Spain won Game 2, and now they're on the offence here again. And I said the other semi-final pretty clear-cut. I can tell you it may have gotten even more clear-cut. Joe Linton on the ball, has Richarlison for company, but really good work from Spain. The pressure pays off, and I think first half is now in the books, and it's a mix-up at that Turkish back line, and it's 4 for Indonesia.
You've got to maybe think that it might be curtains for Turkey. We said that it was a pretty hard road to travel back on. It almost appears to have just developed into a mountain.
It's absolutely incredible. And I want to give myself a quick pat on the back. I said at the pre-show, our semi-final between Turkey and Indonesia, if we get there, would be full of goals. 2 free-scoring nations. The contrast between the two, I mean, Game 1 was 4-4. Game 2 currently sits at Indonesia 4, Turkey 0. Between Spain and Brazil, we've had a 1-0 and a 0-0. The contrast in the play styles between the two nations, the 4 nations I should say, as Neymar is not giving this one up easily, is on display for everyone to see.
Yeah, I think there's something to be said that as much as you can watch game film of Indonesia, until you experience it live, it's a very different animal that you've got to try and tame. Meanwhile, for Spain and Brazil, their players have kind of all really had interactions with each other over the years, so they kind of know what to expect, and that's why it's so difficult for each team to break each other down.
Oh, Vanderson has stayed on side here. Back to Vega. Richarlison can't get his head on it. Marquinhos his shot was always rising. This is absolutely classic e-football. It really is. How close these two nations are. It may not seem pretty because we're not seeing a flurry of chances, but with how they're cancelling each other out, the midfield and defensive battles are a thing of beauty, but this one, well, almost falls kindly for Joel Linton.
Yeah, we almost had the audible groan behind us in terms of the fact that the ball couldn't be controlled by Joel Linton, because that could have been a real gift that Spain could have given over to Brazil.
Almost an hour gone. Here in Game 3, if you're just joining us, extra time and penalties will be called upon should we need them. We've already needed them once between Spain and Brazil. Which way's the linesman seen this one then? It's a corner. And the only goal scored from open play in this best of 3 so far came from this exact situation, this exact side, with this exact man. Oh, and it's off the line this time! Vanderson still trying to force the issue, and Spain, they've learnt from their mistakes. They survive.
Yeah, Danny Carvajal predicting and just marking the probable moment, and Brazil thought they'd outsmarted Spain again, but Carvajal just about headed it off the line.
Is it written in the stars here maybe for Spain? It's storybook stuff, it really is. It's the origin story that dreams are made of, if they can go on and close out this fiercely contested game number 3.
They've sent on one of their boogeymen, they've sent on Hosselu. They want to go and score Are they at least finding an issue trying to score, but bringing them on with the roundabout, this magical period that we've always spoken about over the years between me and you, Harry, about this 60-minute to 70-minute window is the perfect opportunity to bring those substitutes on. A fresh set of attackers against some tired legs at the back. It could cause problems for Brazil if they're not careful.
Let's see this Brazil throw. Oh, that's really dangerous. Rooney's still back there, but actually cool, calm, collected. After all, Nico Williams, another one brought on and introduced by Spain. Vega's off, Artur is on. We've seen him pull the strings previously in this series for Brazil. And this is about as close as we could have expected between these two nations. Rafinha can't link up with Joel Linton. I feel it's going to come down to maybe to just one mistake in this game 3. If there is one made by either side, it might just come down to that kind of thing. When he's giving chase, but Nacho strong in his defending. Morata now, Spain on the ball. They were the nation with the most points across both of our groups in the group stages, but this is knockout football. Rodri can't block that cross. Carvajal does enough. Sadly for Spain, 21 points in the group stages does nothing for you here. 15 to go. It's all Brazil at the moment. Artur into the box. Rodri away. There's the outlet here for the Red Fury. Morata will gather. Nico Williams fresh on. Has plenty of stamina. Joselu arriving. Oh no. Oh no. Miscommunication, missed input, whatever it is, Wes, it comes to nothing. And I said it might be a mistake.
Yeah, that was a really good opportunity. They had Joselu barrelling in at the back post. They didn't elect to go high. Instead, they tried to use the pace of Nico Williams. May have been the wrong, certainly was the wrong option on that occasion.
Look at the heart rates between our two nations here. Obviously coming down a bit now following that chance, but those are high. Into the final 10, approaching the final 5. A goal here would see either Brazil or Spain surely have a date with destiny in tomorrow's grand final. We're in game 3 here.
Yeah, game 3 here has been as tense as game 1 and 2. As you said, there was one goal in 180 minutes of regulation between these two. There's not a sign of another one yet.
Final 5 minutes to go. Alex Baena trying to find Joselu, but Danilo judged it accurately. There's been another goal in semi-final number 2. And well, Brazil look to move forward off of your screen. And that's the goal for Turkey. Here, Brazil have a late corner. And here is that chance that we missed.
Yeah, it was good ball movement again. And it was just, again, a good strike. Had to get across his man, Dylan Normand. Well, Turkey, I mean, they've got one back quite early in the second half, Harry.
It's doable.
They couldn't possibly, could they?
Not impossible, but highly improbable over there. Brazil been so dangerous from set pieces. This one towards Gabriel. This time the referee brave. Excuse me, the goalkeeper brave. Morata. Of course, all eyes on the referee at this point. Where's the number? It's the number 2. Held up on the referee's assistant, his board. Spain in possession. They want the last attack, but as do Brazil. I don't think it will come their way, though. I don't think it will come anyone's way. We're headed again to extra time in semi-final number 1 between Spain and Brazil. Well, we said Turkey. We saw their consolation. They'll be hoping it won't be a consolation, but they have a mountain to climb here. That's really nice footwork. Will it be rewarded here with a goal? No! No, it will not. Silky footwork. The link-up played great, just missing that final touch.
Yeah, it was great build-up from Indonesia. Again, it was the right idea to flick it on from Sananta. Good patience in their build-up, just wasn't quite the execution that they were looking for, but you just cast your eye up just at the time left on the game. 65 minutes gone here in game number 2. You can see the formations on your screen here. Turkey very much in the aggressive phase, playing a 4-2-4 as it looks, whereas Indonesia very happy with their what feels like a 4-4-1-1 setup, so they'll be very happy to just consolidate what they have, because it is there's a 3-goal difference between them and Turkey at this point in time, with around about 25 in-game minutes left, plus whatever the referee adds in stoppage.
Into deep waters. Here in game 3 and here in the series. Extra time. Spain, Brazil, 0-0 right now. Will that change? Nico Williams towards Joselu. Ah! How's he done that? Joselu at the back post. And Mestre. The Palmer, they're in front.
When you need a goal, Spain, you send for the man. You send for Joselu. They told us before games, during games, this is the guy they go to. It is a wonderfully high ball there, and it's not that what they went for the first time. Goalkeeper, there's an almost impossible angle to get that ball in. Again, it's Nico Williams in that same position. They tried to use his dribbling. Look at the angle on this.
No,
and it's deflected off a defender, and that's why Bento wasn't able to get to it.
No. Not like this, Brazil. Surely that is cruel, if that's how they bow out. Well, amongst all the drama here in semi-final 1, there was another goal in semi-final 2. Turkey and Indonesia going up against each other. But this is the big drama. Spain have been on the ropes all series long. They took us to deep waters here in game 3 and they threatened to get another. And in extra time, Spain take their first lead of the entire series.
Yeah, and it's all thanks to their target man, Joselu, off the bench. He has that super sub player skill. He has that target man play style. And boy, have Spain needed him, and he's come up in that word that you said earlier. He's come up in the clutch.
Well, I mentioned a goal in the other semi-final. Sadly, for fans of Turkey, it has not gone your way. Indonesia 5, Turkey 1. We'll bring you that when it is appropriate. For now, game 3 is still closely contested. Marquinhos caught dawdling on the ball. Morata. Oh, that's sumptuous. Joselu, though, can't quite sing from the same hymn sheet there. Now Rafinha. Arthur. Referee opting to play advantage here as the first period of extra time is closely and quickly coming to its conclusion. Look at that red shirt still coming forward here for the Red Fury. Joselu. Oh, ball and man, says the referee. No problems there. It's a strong challenge, it needed to be, and Brazil putting their bodies on the line. But the problem is, here in extra time, it is Spain who lead. 1-0 and 15 in-game minutes separate the Palmer and Mestre of Spain from a grand final, which is looking like a date with Indonesia, who lead Turkey at 5-1. Don't forget, game one was 4-4 between these two, Indonesia taking the penalty shootout. And for Turkey, their tournament life is slowly slipping away. A moment to speak about them, Wes, because I don't think anyone realised how much of a threat Turkey could be until it was too late.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't think anybody really took them all that seriously coming into the tournament. Sure, we know about them as players, and sure, we know about the squad they have. I don't think people anticipated a semi-final berth for Turkey, and they can be very proud of their team and the skills and the level that they have showcased here at the FIFA E World Cup.
Right to the very end, they are looking to entertain and score, but let me tell you, there was only ever one nation that looked set to feature in our grand finals. Our second place team from Group A, Indonesia, qualified for the grand finals of eFootball console. The Garuda Warriors have punched their ticket there. Meanwhile, we still have one more finalist to find. Spain in pole position right now. In extra time, 10 minutes to go. Spain 1, Brazil 0 here in game 3. And the concentration needs to be absolutely paramount now.
Yeah, they've got 10 in-game minutes to save their tournament, but Spain have got hold of a lead and they're in a vice-like grip with it and they don't want to let it go.
Headed down by Cunha, and well, that's a smash strike! And oh my word! Out of nowhere, out of nothing! João Victor from the jaws of defeat looks set to send us to spot kicks again. Wow!
It's the Hulk-like grip of Brazil. It might have been in the vice of Spain, but they have wrenched it out of the hands of them, and Brazil are back in this game and back in this series.
Wes, cast your mind back to the manner in which Brazil conceded here. That cruel deflection that didn't allow the goalkeeper to command his box. And well, Cunha, will he get there before it rolls out of play? He won't. Karma comes back around. Here in extra time, these two nations as close as you could possibly wish for. Is there more drama? Here in extra time, Morata. It's a foot race with the goalkeeper. Very lucky for Brazil that it didn't land kindly at the feet of a red shirt. Now here's Cunha. Far side, super cancels about 4 different times there I saw. 120th minute now. Is there a hero for Spain or Brazil? Nico Williams down the line, Fabian Ruiz. And it's to penalties we go again.
Strap in your seatbelts, folks. This is going to be an all-timer. It certainly has been a best of 3 all-timer between Spain and Brazil. Spain thought they'd won it in extra time with that, as we said, fortuitous goal into the back of the net of Brazil. But Brazil answered back with 16 game minutes to go, and here we go.
Hosselu steps up first, and it's saved. Brazil taking an early advantage if they can convert this Cunha penalty. Heart rate through the roof. Oh no!
Pressure is telling here.
Alex Benya. Oh, down the middle, it's saved. Rafinha to fire Brazil into the lead. No! No, no, no! So as you were in the penalty shootout, no one has scored yet. Will Morata? He will. Yes, he will. Spain in front now. They have the advantage.
Called as you like from Spain. It's going to be Ronnie against Alex Romero.
Long, long run up here for Ronnie. The pressure swinging back and forth. It's like a tug of war out there. Fabian Ruiz with the left foot, saved!
It's that vital goalkeeper movement right at the last that may have just put Spain off.
Joel Linton to pile all of the pressure onto Spain. This will be agonisingly long. Oh, cheeky! Cheeky Panenka. Miguel Mestre cannot watch. It is the Palmer to try and score. He does. But Brazil, with this penalty, can fire themselves into the grand final. No!
What drama! Sudden death penalties, folks.
Zubimendi, we are in to sudden death. It'll be the right foot. Oh, it is saved! With a second bite of the cherry, at the second time of asking, can Arthur fire home for Brazil? Yes! João Victor Aguilera! They best Spain in an animated celebration. They are too cold. In the penalty shootout, they steadied their nerve after a roller coaster of emotions. It's the Canary squad who win out here.
It was the fortitude. They had match penalty, tossed it wide. They then had to re-evaluate and get themselves back into mode for sudden death penalties. It was a vital save, and then it was a perfect penalty. We've now got an absolutely mouth-watering final ahead of us tomorrow. It's going to be Brazil versus Indonesia.
We would not have wanted it any other way. Wow, wow, wow. The drama here in Riyadh. Here at the FIFA E World Cup 2024. Featuring eFootball console. A word on Spain, Wes, because I thought after game 2, and then don't forget they took the lead in game 3. There was a chance. I tell you what, I don't even want to hear from you, Wes. Veracity has Brazil, our grand finalist.
Jay Victor, I told you just a moment ago I was keeping an eye on your heart rate. You peaked at 168. Emotions-wise, how were you feeling in that exact moment?
Oh, yes, you are crazy with this, but I am very happy in my team. In the penalty, this is the final, yes. Yes, but no. Yesterday I received very messages in Brazil. Oh, you already sad, you are bad, you are pipoquero, but I know I'm the best player of the world. I know I have the best team in the world. I always believe in the game, and yes, I am cold. And Gifera, you are the best, my bro. Come on for the final. Vamos Brasil!
I love the energy you guys have as a team as well. But it was so first game was pretty slow, second game heading into penalties as well, and then closing things out in a penalty shootout as well. Why do you think it is that you boys aren't showing us as much aggression as people maybe expected of you?
It's important in the penalty. You need very cold because it's decision, no? Penalty in the football is decision. But we are so confident for the final. Great the games. Congrats for Spain for the semi-final. And yes, let's go for the final versus against Indonesia. And yes, we are so focused. Thank you, Brazil. Thank you, my family. Thank you, my friends. Come on for the final.
And how are you feeling? Is there anything you want to say to Indonesia before the grand finals, the E-Asia Cup winners? Does that worry you at all?
Yes, it's a great final, and Indonesia is so good players. I appreciate it. And yes, for the final, only Brazil. And yes, come on. I trust you. I always trust in my team, in my teammates, in my coach. And yes, manage. Always trust in the game. Come on, Brazil. And you remember, Ronnie is the best in Brazil.
Well, thank you so much for joining me, guys. I'm going to let you celebrate. Best of luck for the grand finals tomorrow. Desk, so many penalties. Thanks, Rusty. I was going to say somebody is confident, and that's what you need to win a world championship. Brazil oozing the confidence there, and rightly so. They just took out Spain, who were riding high on days 1 and 2, but they had to do it the hard way, didn't they? All 3 matches, 2 of them going to extra time, 2 of them going to penalties.
I mean, what an incredible game. I'll speak whilst we still console Alex. I mean, what a fantastic pair of semi-finals, but for Brazil to do it in that manner, I mean, it's so hard, especially when Spain, of course, managed to get themselves to that point. It felt like they were on the back foot the majority of the game, but then that final game when they found that lead and Brazil somehow always find a way. They found the way this time. Fantastic game between 2 fantastic teams.
Alex, you said when we had finished game number 2 and Spain had got the win in penalties, you said, no, we're going for 3 and Spain are winning. What did they lack in that final match?
Oh, that's it. Coming to the extra time, Spain leading right after the start of the extra time, and they lost. They had it in their hands, and they lost with that conceding goal lately in the last minutes of the game. Then the lottery is the lottery of the penalties. This time went to Brazil. Congrats, Brazil, Indonesia, and sad for my countrymates. They did a fantastic competition so far from group stage. Those quarterfinals against Portugal were insane. And at the end, Brazil, Spain, that was really even matches. Happy at the end for because Spain is still trying and trying. We are getting closer, but not this time to win.
You can't take away semi-final achievements either, can you, for both Spain and Turkey there, of course. I'm going to stay with Spain-Brazil at the moment. In terms of how you thought it was going to play out, though, in terms of their styles, did it live up to the expectation that you placed on it, Alex?
Well, I mean, regarding the final, you mean?
No, regarding the Brazil-Spain match first, as we stay on to that one.
Yeah, it was a tough battle. I think Spain had the advantage to take the control, but we've seen that it was overloaded on the wingers, where Brazil were having a lot of chances to start from. At the end, it was an even battle the whole time. You saw 2 penalty shootout, but it is like it is. No, Joao Victor saved very well. This time went to Brazil, and it will be a sensational final tomorrow.
You heard them say they're the best players in the world. Do you agree with them at the moment, Brazil?
I mean, it's hard to disagree with the way that they're playing, but Indonesia would have something to say about that as well. Absolutely phenomenal in their game. But yeah, phenomenal from Brazil across the board, and to have the ice to win it in those moments. You've got a world champion, a 2-time world champion there. He knows what it needs to be done.